I just spent a week straight building the coolest birdhouse for my friend. This is my friend Sydney, and this is the birdhouse I just made for her. It's fully equipped with a custom skate park and a little mini handmade skateboard. It has a lounge area with a TV, an all-you-can-eat bird buffet, and a giant glass window for viewing with a beautiful traditional horse barn facade. Sydney's birthday was a week away, and I owed her big time for multiple favors she's helped me out with over the last few months, including but not limited to sewing 4 pairs of my ripped pants, helping paint my backyard skate park, and mowing my lawn for free. And all I've ever really done in return is completely kick her ass in front of all of her friends. Please have mercy! And drop a pair of sharp wire cutters on her head, causing her to bleed. Oh, I think you're bleeding. So when she asked if I could make her and her roommates a birdhouse for her birthday, I decided I had to go all out. Please have mercy! I first looked for inspiration online and watched this video on how to make a birdhouse with realistic shingles out of just fence boards. I then looked up a bunch of pictures of old horse barns, since Sydney was a world-renowned horse girl back in her prime. I found this one that I really liked and thought it would be possible given my knowledge and skills. The original idea was to glue these suction cups I bought to the back so she could attach it to a window and see exactly what the birds were up to. But after I realized that this barn design needed to be pretty large and heavy, I decided to add my own glass exterior wall and hang it like a normal birdhouse. This proved to be much more challenging than I thought it would, but more on that later on. God! All of the wood I used for the exterior of this was cut from 2 treated fence boards from Home Depot. For the front face, I cut a 45-degree angle on the edge. Then I measured over 18 inches and cut another 45 degrees. I then marked the center and measured 3 inches on each side and made a mark, and then another 1 inch down on each side of the board and used a straight edge to connect the points. I cut these lines, which gave me a nice roof slope and 6 degrees of flat in the center to attach the top half. I then cut another 18-inch board for the flat. I already did this off camera, but you can see it's 18 inches. I wanted the interior floor dimensions to be 6 inches wide by 18 inches long so it could fit a mini skateboard ramp I designed for a previous project. I then cut 2 side wall pieces with 6 inches on the interior of each one and a single 45-degree cut since one of the sides needs to be flat against the glass. I also cut the top of the side at a slight angle in order to line up with the roof line. I wanted to add a batten siding look to the barn's exterior walls, so I then marked every inch and used my square to draw lines. I set my depth on the miter saw so that the blade only cut about a 1/16 of an inch or so into the board. I attached these 4 pieces together using wood glue and some trim nails. I was on a huge time crunch to finish this before Sydney's birthday this weekend, so while I waited for this to dry, I started on the top section, which would house the basket feeder. The outside of this was roughly 6 inches by 7 inches, but you basically just want to be sure that the basket fits in it. Mine actually initially didn't fit, so I had to shave down the interior walls some with a table saw before assembling it. Just don't make the same mistake I did if you're building a similar design. I had to be sure that the lines on the siding matched up with the bottom half, so I used a scrap piece to mark exactly where the lines were so I could be sure it would look as seamless as possible. I also cut these 2 little strips to help hold the cage in on the bottom while still allowing enough space for the birds to be able to get to the grub underneath. Once everything was glued up, the cage could slide in and out really easy and it fit perfect. Now on to my favorite part, the roof. I admittedly struggled with this part some the first attempt, but I think ultimately this is a pretty simple thing to add and it gives the project so much more character. I highly recommend doing this or something similar if you're making even a simple classic boxy birdhouse. So all I did was pretty much what I did for the exterior walls and went along the length of the board and just marked every inch. To be honest, I spent way too long trying to get this perfect, but I do think that if you can get this consistent 1-inch spacing right, then it'll look a lot better. I then added my little 16th-inch screws. After doing this, I cut the fence board into smaller sections that are a minimum of 1.5 inches larger than the width of the roof. It's better to go bigger than smaller in this step because you can always take off more later, but you can't really add it back on. Then for every smaller board, I cut them into as many 1-inch strips as I could and repeated the process as much as possible until you have a bunch of these little 1-inch strips with 1-inch kerf cuts along them. I then glued each piece together, offsetting each strip brick style until it covers the length and width of each section of the roof. The reason you cut it longer than it needed to be earlier is because you have to account for the length of the blade on each cut along with the excess you'll cut off from the offsetting. I then let this glue dry and went outside to paint the frame. I went with this barn red color because I'm not super creative, but I think it worked out pretty well. I intentionally left the barn's frame unsanded when I painted it to make it more look like a real barn, but I did sand the roof to kind of add a contrast in textures and to give it a more finished look. For the stain, I went with this midnight blue. I thought it would be a little more gray based on the color on the can, but nah, the title pretty much was spot on. That being said, I think this blue tinted black color was exactly what this barn needed. I did a few coats of paint and stain and let those dry overnight. Once they were dry, I marked and drilled the 2 holes using 1.5-inch paddle bits on each side. I made sure to avoid where the furniture and ramp would be on this step. I then painted the interior with this leftover off-white colored paint that I thought looked like it would be in a house. Next, I started assembling my pieces. I started by pre-drilling some holes here for some longer screws and then attaching the screws. I then glued down and nailed the roof pieces in. I intentionally didn't attach the top roof so that you can change out the food and have easy access to the inside in case you need to clean it or do any other maintenance. I then found and 3D printed these little 1.5-inch hole grommets to fit into the holes. These grommets are unnecessary, but I did admittedly tear out the edges of the hole some when drilling, so it definitely saved me a little bit and made the entrances look a little bit more like windows. I'll link some pre-made ones in my bio if anyone wants to use something like this and doesn't have a 3D printer. So this might be the luckiest find of all time. I went into my attic to go through my old Eck Decks stash to see if I could find anything to decorate the interior with, and I completely forgot I had this birdhouse deck that couldn't have been more perfect for this project.
Right there. Yep, that's gonna be perfect.
Not only did it kind of match the color scheme, but I was also in desperate need of something to cover up this annoying seam between the 2 parts, and this deck was perfect. I sort of broke it nailing it in, but that's way more realistic anyway. Someone tag Tony Hawk because he needs to see this. I cut and stained these little perches from leftover corners and glued and nailed them in. I found these pre-made door and window STL files, but when I printed the door out, it was way too small. I ended up using that for the hay door at the top and printed a much bigger barn door for the front. I then pre-drilled and hand screwed in these little eye hooks to the top of the roof for the chain to attach to. Now for the interior. I printed and screwed in these little braces for added support. The original plan for the half pipe was to make this completely out of wood, but this project really did come down to the literal final moments before I was going to her birthday party, so I knew that I had to 3D print the half pipe to save a little bit of time. But I very fortunately designed a half pipe with my friend Hank for a different project that I'm working on that's the exact size that I needed. If you send me an email or an Instagram message, I can send you the STL file for this so you can print your own if you have the equipment. Otherwise, I recommend putting your own twist on the items or furniture or whatever you want to put in the birdhouse. You can also just make a little mini skate park out of wood. I just didn't have the time. I painted it black and green because green is Sydney's favorite color. Sydney and my other friend Greta have been trying to paint these little crime scene chalk outlines on my full-size ramp forever now. So I had my mom cut out this vinyl sticker on her Cricut that I used as a stencil and painted over it. I think it turned out super cool and it made it a lot more personal. I found this bamboo cutting board at a thrift store for a couple of bucks, and only making a few very simple cuts on the miter saw, I was able to make this tiny hardwood floor with a simple staircase that makes it kind of feel like a step down to a man cave in a basement or something. I then added at least 5 coats of this lacquer to help with waterproofing it and make it look finished. From there, I printed and painted a couple beanbag chairs and a fake TV. I even had my mom, who's the absolute craft master, and I can't thank her enough for all this, hand make this tiny rug and somehow print Sydney's face into this tiny picture frame. I seriously have no idea how she did any of this, so don't ask. Maybe if you're a little bit more crafty than I am, you can figure it out.
What I have here is the very first ever fully packaged and complete Eck Deck. This is a brand started by my friend Oscar, but he gifted me this to put in the birdhouse. Yeah, go check them out. I'm gonna put his link down in the description. I'm not sure if he has a website up yet, but I'll at least link his Instagram so you can message him directly. I'm sure he would be down to make anybody aboard, and whenever he does get a website, I'll update that.
Now onto the glass. This step could have been done so much easier by just using plexiglass and cutting it with a saw, but I was feeling very ambitious and wanted to learn a new skill, so I ended up buying this glass cutter and these glass drilling bits. I admittedly had no idea what I was doing at this step, which led to me breaking the glass on 4 separate occasions. God. I was first planning on cutting it to the exact size and shape of the back facade, but after cracking it the first time, I had to cut the piece shorter, which in the end honestly worked out a lot better because I was already wondering how I drain water and debris from the bottom. After this first attempt, I gave up on the drilling completely I decided to print out these little glass holding clips. This was much easier than drilling into the glass, but I will still link the bits I use in case someone is feeling patient or ambitious and just wants to try this out for themselves. I finally got it cut to a usable shape on the very last attempt before I went crazy. I was too scared to attempt to sand this, so it's a little bit rough around the edges, but I don't think it's too noticeable once it's all assembled and hanging up. I didn't glue the floorboard or the ramp down because I wanted it to be removable in case it needs to be cleaned, but I did attach the furniture to the floor using super glue. After all this dried, it was complete, so I packaged it up and drove it down to Chattanooga, where we were all meeting to go to the aquarium. Here's a couple clips of me surprising her with it the next morning.
Oh my god, what is that? What the heck? I'm gonna cry.
Be careful around the glass. It's really sharp.
Oh wait, what's going on? Are they gonna be skateboarding? Wait, what's going on?
Dude, you put the chalk outlines on the ramp.
It's the birdhouse.
Dude, you're in there.
Wait, where?
Look at this. You take the lid off and you can put food in here.
No, the birds love this. They go crazy for this.
Yeah, it comes out and you can refill it. My mom made that rug too.
TV. I'm gonna watch. I love it so. Build your friend's birdhouses.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing left is to install it. I used this spare chain I had laying around and wrapped it around a couple branches in a tree. I then hooked some mini carabiners to the eye hooks we installed earlier. Once I got it level, I used some wire cutters to trim the extra off. I then proceeded to throw the wire cutters on Sydney's head because I hate her. Anyway, thanks for sticking around, and don't forget to go out and build your friends a birdhouse. I promise it's something that they'll love forever and hopefully keep to be able to show their kids one day. If you like this video and you want to see more DIY related content, make sure to like and subscribe. I try to post as frequently as I can, but some of these videos really can take weeks or even months to film. So in the meantime, you can check out some of my other videos, like building this concrete ramp in the woods, or even making my own skate park in my backyard. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time.